Today I'm going to give you the top 3 ways to measure your stats before you start a fitness or nutrition program so you can track yourself along the way. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is get your measurements. If you want to do this really quick, just get your waist measurements. What you're going to do is take measuring tape. If you don't have it, just get a piece of string. You're going to go 1 thumbprint above the belly button and wrap that around. So I'm going to do this to myself. And I am 31 inches. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. And for the sake of this going really fast, I'm not going to do everything. You're going to want to take your hips, shoulders, biceps, and thighs. So hips going to be the widest part of your lower body. You're going to wrap that around. Your thigh, how to measure that is you're going to go from the bottom, top of your bottom of your hip bone to the top of your patella. You're going to measure that length. The top of your patella is the top of your kneecap. So look, palpate your hip bone. Okay, find your hip bone. At that hip bone, the little crease at the bottom, you're going to just measure that down. So you can guys actually watch me do this. Okay, this is the top of my kneecap. So you can see top of my kneecaps right here. I'm going to measure that whole length. It's a lot easier to do with somebody else measuring you. Okay, so I am about 18 inches. So half of that is 9. So at the 9 part, I'm going to put my thumb and I'm going to wrap around so I get the proper measurement point every time. What you don't want to have to do, and honestly a lot of dirty trainers, is they'll measure lower or above a point just to show you gains. And you really don't want to do that. You want the same spot. So my girth of my thigh at that point is 22 inches. So every time I know where that bone and that bone is, so I get correct measurements every time. The bicep, the same thing. You want to find the little bony protrusion of the shoulder and the elbow. So you do that. Okay, and if you guys can see, that's at 13 inches is from the top of that shoulder to that bone. So the middle of that is roughly 7.5. So I'm going to find that 7.5. I'm going to wrap it around and find my little sausage links, which is 12 inches. Okay, so what I would do is go through again. Shoulders, you're going to want to go here. Right on the clavicle, you're going to want to measure the widest parts. You're going to have someone spin you around those shoulders. Okay? Next, you're going to want your body fat. So the best way to get your body fat is you're going to have to get your scale weight. So remember, let me just clear this up. Your scale weight is representative of your total mass. And in your total mass, bringing this in a little bit for some schooling, in your total mass you have water, fat, muscle, and organs. So guys, when you step on the scale, I'm getting that entire number, but I need my total mass to find out my lean body mass. So you can use a calculator, or you can use one of these little guys, which I'm going to show you guys how to do live right now. So this is an Omron. Now listen, is this accurate? Probably not, but what it is, it's reliable, meaning I'm using the same instrument through testing the entire time throughout my transformation, and that's more important. Don't get caught up on what's better, just use the same damn thing the whole time. This works really well and it's super cheap. So here's how you do it. So I'm going to step on the scale. The best time to step on the scale is in the morning right after you pee. Okay, so all the water's out. This is midday for me after 1 meal in my system. Okay, so I'm going to step on the scale. I'm 151 pounds on the nose. If you guys, at some point, click on the record, expand this, you can flip the numbers and see I'm 151, it's no lie. Yeah, I do have some clothes on, but I'll just measure myself again with my clothes on. So I'm going to take 151, and this is how you do this part. So I'm going to hit on. Okay, and it says guest, sure. Normal, I'm not normal, I'm an athlete. So I'm going to click down. That says athlete. You guys see that? Athlete. I'm going to hit set. I'm 5'5", set. I just found out I'm 151 pounds. I'm going to get up to 151. I'm 35. I'm a female. and I'm gonna hit start. I'm gonna hold this out in front of me so you guys can see. 22.6% body fat. So I'm gonna write that down. I'm 22.6 at 151, okay? So this is the start of my own transformation too, before a photo shoot, before I kick off Ameline. So you can guys see how this all works. So I'm gonna wanna know, okay, my total mass, which is water, fat, muscle, and organs. My total mass is 151, all right? I'm 21% body fat. No, I just lied to you guys. What did it say? 22.6% body fat. Okay, so that's my body fat percentage. Body fat, which is this number right here, that's my fat. To find out my lean body mass, I have to find what's 22% of 151. So I'm going to do some math for you guys real quick. Okay, so what I'm going to do, is how you do it. All right, I'm going to put in my number, 151 times 22.6. Oops, 151 times 0.20. I'm just going to round it to 23. I am 34 pounds of fat. But remember, that's organ fat, visceral fats, a lot of different fat. So 34 pounds. Okay, so look, 151, that's my total mass, minus my fat, which is 34 pounds of me, is fat. So 151 minus 34. So that means 117 pounds is my lean body mass. Now look, your lean body mass, all that is, it's still, my lean body mass is still water. It's still muscle. It's still organs. So my water, muscle, and organs is 117 pounds, with 34 pounds being fat. Now the last thing, and this is really important, because if I know I'm 117 pounds of lean body mass, I'm going to need to know that for my macros. So if I'm 117 pounds, I'm roughly going to be eating about 100 grams of protein a day, like 1 gram per lean body mass. And that's going to give me all my numbers for my carbs and my fat, and that's for a whole nother day, guys. The last thing you're going to want to do, the very last thing, are your photos. Okay, so you're going to want to take your little selfie, get in front of one of these things here that we all love so much, and you're going to want to do a front and a side picture. So, I have no shame. This is what 151 pounds looks like on a female at 22.6% body fat. I got little jigglies here. I don't give a shit. I love the way my body looks. So, here we go. So, I'm going to take a front selfie right in front. From the side, okay? Get as much as you can in there. Don't suck in your gut. Just let it go. My butt's sticking out. Oh God, look, one of those Instagram girls. Then from the back, best you can. You want to get your back shot in there. You have to move around a little bit, get a little closer. Okay, whatever weird-ass photos you want to take of yourself. So nothing in the world shows your body like a picture does. I'm more or less looking at other things as a trainer. I'm looking at the whites of your eyes. I'm looking at under here, like, are you like really swollen and yellow? What's your skin tone look like? Are you yellow? Are your lips chapped? You know, do you have a glow to your skin? So there's so much more behind health and wellness than just these numbers. What these are measurements that are quantitative. They're quantifiable, but quality is also something you want to measure. How do you smile? How do you look? How are you standing in your picture? So that's really, really important to get the full measurement of everything in here with the Ameline stats. Is we want your measurements, your body fat, and your photos. If you guys want, what I'm going to do is put a link in this video below to the Omron. It's not an affiliate. I don't get shit for it. But what it is, it goes right to Amazon, guys. If you want, you probably have one of these lying in your house. Okay, you can usually get them free. Sometimes you order protein from a website, but this is all you need. Everyone has a phone. So that's to go over the basics of everything. That's all you need to get started. And what you're going to want to do is at the end of the month, females, when you're not near your menstrual cycle, is you're going to want to take all your measurements again, do your scale weight, your body fat, and your pictures. So what you can do is get really good feedback. You know, for your measurements, it's kind of interesting to see where are you adding or subtracting. Maybe you're on a mass program, you want to add, you know, some size to your shoulders. What's your total mass like? You know, what's your lean body mass? What's the body fat going on? For me right now, what I'm really going to try to do is hold on to as much muscle as possible. So I want to hold on to as much actually of my total mass and just drop out the fat. So I would really be happy, and I'm going to say this right now, and you guys can check the date on this video. I would be really happy that in 90 days, if I could get my body fat percentage down to about 18%, maybe 17.5, and hover around 145 pounds. That's not going to really matter. I want my lean body mass actually to be 120. I'd be really happy if my lean body mass was 120 pounds and I was roughly 18% body fat. I really don't give a shit about the scale. It's really not that important. All that it does is give me a basic idea of where I'm at, but it doesn't tell me anything. Would you guys have known these other numbers? Would you have known how much body fat it was, lean body mass? And that's really why we use it. We use it for those reasons. As a nutrition coach, we need to know these numbers because I need to know that down the line to adjust your macros, your protein, fats, and overall, you know, sometimes I don't really look at calories, but proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, okay? So that's it. That's how to get your stats. If you don't have a body fat, don't even worry about it. Just start today. Just take a picture of yourself, as much as it might suck today, but you need, man, you'll feel so much better. Be like, wow, this is where I started and this is where I am. And to take those pictures along the way to share your journey and be like, wow, I was stuck almost at this picture for 3 or 4 months and then this month I lost weight. So that's why data is really important. The body fat, again, you can order that along the way, but you want to get photos and measurements that can get you started. You can order that from